So put that on, reset the dungeon, if everyone would be out of the dungeon. And welcome everyone now to improving the Bloodless Scream build, to making the Bloodless Scream work. Goal today is to clear another tier 100 dungeon with this weapon. And the goal today is to also see how much damage we would do against Uber Lilith. But in order to fight Uber Lilith, I need a 50% one. Because right now I only have 30% bonus damage, and that's just not good enough. I want the 50% bonus damage. To make also Diablo a bit quieter in the background. Oh yeah, everyone is out. Asif, just join whenever you're ready. Any builds you can think of that would make use of Starless? Only thing I can think of is Bone Spear. No, Blood Surge, for example, works really good with Starless Skies. Because the Ring of Starless Skies reduces consecutive essence use. Oh, come on, brain. Bloodlands costs only 16 essence. But if you have the Ring of Starless Skies, which reduces up to 40%, if I'm not mistaken, you can cast 5 Bloodlances and you're not out of essence. Pick up Blood Orbs to get essence back. And at the same time, have your Bloodlances instead of 16 cost only 9. So, and if they only cost 9 and you're returning 15 by picking up a Blood Orb, you get 2 free lances. Or essentially for like one Blood Orb, and then the Starless keeps continuing, because as long as you don't cast other skills, you can do this. And with the bonus attack speed that you have, you go like brrr, brrr, brrr. So yeah, I think it's very good, and you can definitely make it work. First version, ladies and gentlemen, Bloodless Scream. Everyone raise their arms. Not for candy, but for prayers. I need a 925. 925. Come on. No, but it's a 40%. That's good. Still, I need the 925 because mine is 901. I think I would take this one over the one I have right now. But yeah, I need a 925. On we go. The biggest problem I've been told is that evading and using pots cancels the reduction. It's odd. No, it's not odd, because it says whatever whatever other skill you're using would actually break it. So I think it makes perfect sense that evading or using a pot would break it. But that's the thing with Bloodlands. With Bloodlands, due to the great attack speed, like you have an attack speed boost from vampiric powers, and you have an attack speed boost from your vampiric from your blood skills. You essentially end up just doing right? You overpower and suddenly everything flies out of you like there's no tomorrow. Hi YouTube, by the way. Hi TikTok. Hi Twitch. Hi everyone. Good to see you there. Putting the stream out to the world chat, to the internet.
I cannot.
Oh, who has materials? Who is it? I don't have any more. So we're gonna kill him quick. We're gonna kill one Duriel at least, maybe more Duriels. I have another Lord Zir if we want to kill Lord Zir. And I also have the materials. Oh, come on. No unique at all. Robbery. I have the materials to also do Beast of Ice. Even though I might probably want to do the Beast of Ice later alone to just see how it feels. The moment where you're not getting a single unique conversion. I'm not sure if the 40% would be better than... I mean, it's 10% more only. Nah, not better. I need the full. Cryptico, we can see that we get you with Zir in, no problem. Your crossplay option is on. Yes, I always have crossplay on. Sherman, we'll be doing all the versions with the lads here, so we get that going, and then we'll get more. Get the finally kiss for my horse. What? Got the finally kiss for my horse. What? Who drops a horse? Ah, like the item that Varshan drops. I see. And there we go. Varshan is just such a joke. It's funny when you get like world tier 4 and he's actually really hard. Oh, come on, Helm. I need that. The other item. The other item. I need. It's sad that there's... I wish there was a version to summon a harder, like a nightmare version of Varshan. You know what I mean? So yes, obviously, as you enter world tier 4, he's hard. But as time goes on, he obviously gets easier and easier, right? I would really enjoy it if there was a nightmare version of these bosses that you could say, you know what, make him harder. Just if you want to. Varshan drops Mother's Embrace. No, Ancestral. As soon as you're world tier 4, they don't drop sacred versions anymore. Okay, so if you're world tier 3, then they do drop the sacred versions, but world tier 4, it's obviously the ancestral versions. Varshan under leveled surprisingly hard. Yes. Because right now I'm doing Varshan because I want a 925 version, right? And I essentially, like, I don't know. I feel like if there was a nightmare version of him that would guaranteed drop 925s, that would be good. And that's the second time we get the Bloodless Scream now. Oh, it's higher, chat. It's higher than the other one. This is an... Oh, God, it could be... It's the 884. This is lower. No, I got robbed. Oh, Jack, we're full. I'm sorry. we get all the members of the team in. I need to disenchant things really quickly. Let's check if there's a useful ring. Useless. I could get a better amulet. So no useless. A better chest, useless, and a better helmet, useless as well. Oh, that's it. Everything goes into the grinder. Not the grinder you're thinking about, Chad. Let's keep the uniques in the inventory just to see how bad it's going. Just to be mad at the game for not giving me what I want. Did the reset not work? Don't we need more runs of Varshan? I will hollow dollar rings to your bells and whistles. No worries. I'm
not ready yet.
Fast before someone else comes. Let's summon him. Do I even have enough to summon him? Can't do it anymore. I never thought I would run out of Varshan summoning materials. Okay, I don't know how many Varshans we have left. You can craft the mats into other ones. Yeah, but I don't have enough mats to craft them into other ones. I just don't have enough Varshan mats anymore. Oh, another one, chat. Another one. If this one lands to the left of the others. No, it's a 20% roll. Why are you robbing me? The higher item power, 910, which means higher base damage, right? Which means higher damage in total. But we need the 50% roll because that's the reason, the one reason to actually play the Scream. Why aren't you guys appearing for me? And we can try it again. No, now we should appear for you. I have 350%. I had a 50% too, but it was 850 item power. And since item power is since item power is directly correlating to the damage you do with your skills, you do want as much item power as possible, right? So there we're going with the item power department. Out of my way. Is there even like has anyone ever seen a Twitter live stream, and is there even chat for that? Okay, who got more Vartians? More Vartians.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, we get 2 ball of lightning source. That's cheating. No, wrong items. Well, let's see if we can get a... Oh, wow, that's a Death Speaker's Pendant max roll almost. Yikes. And that's almost a good Death Speaker's Pendant apart from like having only 1 rank in what you need. I'm playing Diablo 4 in the PS4, but my question mark is, what does the flashing diamond mean? What? I don't know, Shining Gundam. What are you talking about? Never played the game on PS4. What should you prioritize? Item power or affixes? For weapons, item power over everything. That is a simple thing. For rings, everything above 832 is fine. For defensive gear, you kind of want the highest item power too, because that is more armor. So the higher the item power, the more armor, the more armor, the more damage reduction, the more damage reduction, the more survivability. So yeah, 925 is the highest level. Yes. Right now I want a 900 plus Bloodless Scream that has a 50% multiplier. That would be the perfect outcome, literally. But yeah, for weapons, everything correlates to the base damage of your weapons. So if you do an attack, the attack is being multiplied by what you have there, right? No more Vartians. Okay, then we'll have to get Sherman in. Sherman said he has a lot, so we'll have to rotate Harley out. I think Harley, and get Sherman in. Asif has more. That's also good. We're waiting for Asif, and we're waiting for Sherman. Sherman just joined up. We'll be having to kick Harley out. Level 4 is boring after level 100. Grim Dawn better. I mean, it's okay. You don't have to like the game on level 100. Okay, that's the helmet again. Now I have 2 helmets to that, 3 Bloodless Screams, but I need more Bloodless Screams. You can exchange Vartian parts to the Potion Crafter. We know, but we need more. We need more. All the Vartian runs possible. As many as you could possibly think about. Oh, Jack, you said you have some of Vartian runs as well, right? I remember. Big sad he had Vartians too. Need to reset. Oh, that's true. That's Paragon points. Now I see what Shining Gundam was saying. The thing with Paragon points. Necro's great. Necro's love. Necro's the only class that matters. Everything else is optional. Are you doing Duriel runs also? We might also go Duriels, but right now I'm desperately just in need of the upgrade there, because we want to make the perfect version of this build possible for the people, right? And I know there's a lot of Necro players who essentially have a high roll Bloodless Scream just lying around. And they're like, what am I supposed to do with it? Is your level relevant for item power? No. If you're world tier 4 and you're doing world bosses, you're always going to get 925 items. If you're Sherman, we can get you Sherman. We'll have Asif summon some more, and then we'll get you in, Sherman. Asif said he had 3 more, so we'll go with that, and then we'll get you in afterwards if we're still in need. Thank you for already being there, Sherman. Come on, give it to me. There it is. That's the one shot. Come on, wait, you get a weave. Oh, that's a 40%. That's better. That's better than what I have. It's an improvement, but it's not perfect yet. It's just merely better. We're going to highlight this as a friend. Useless helmet. Useless. Useless.
I can break that down.
840 maximum life. Useless. Amulet. Heads of blood. No, I'm looking for gloom here. You can do 3 more. Boop, ba-ba-da-bidi-bidi-bidi-boo. So this is almost happiness, because you see, like, this is a 10% multiplier more, and 10% multiplier is a lot. The intelligence is a bit lower. The darkness skill damage is a bit lower, which is annoying, but it's fine. Damage to chilled enemies is on a good level. Cold resistance is high, so this is like an okay one. But I would really like to have a perfect roll, Chan. This D4, brother. Oh shit, I broke everything. Oops. That's what I wanted to do. Black River isn't better. That is not the question, feels like, Def. The question is, can you make a Bloodless Scream build work? Not everyone is interested in better, worse, good, not good. People just want to know, does Bloodless Scream work? And hi Bartek and Clerica, good to see you there. I made a tier 100 clearing Bloodless Scream build, which I didn't think would be possible, but I get shown different by myself. I got Melted Heart of Selig, my condolences. That sounds like a serious condition. I'm very not happy for you for having the Melted Heart of Selig, because it's sadly one of the worst things in the game. I don't know who thought this would be a good idea. You're playing more versions if you want Decide. I think Decide we're gonna try some more. Like here, right now with the people we have Sherman waiting, but if I need more, I'll come back to you, brother. Thank you for offering. So there's sadly some uniques and some uber uniques from Duriel who are just not good. And the Melted Heart of Selig, I mean, at least for Necro. I don't know for the other classes, but that one is just... You have 15 versions, but you're in hardcore. Aye, Chihuahua. We are not hardcore players. I made Melted Heart of Selig work on a Stormclaw Druid. There you go. I think that's probably what you're looking at, because I think Druid can make it work. Whereas the other classes can't. I'm up to 18 stored Duriel runs and counting. I don't know what number I'm going to stop at before I run them all. 25, Jacko. 25. Yeah, I'm 25. It's a good number, I'd say. I mean, we figured out that you need an average of what, 60 plus runs to maybe get an uber unique. So just get ready for that. No, Starless is still good. Stop hating on the Ring of Starless Skies. That item is absolutely insane. We need to stop the baseless Ring of Starless Sky hate. Because it's actually good. Okay, does Amu have more or are we done now? We have one more. Okay, perfect. I got 10 soul bronze. Soul bronze is love. The rest of the team is invisible, I think. We're not here yet. How come I'm not with you guys? So the server's being weird. That's interesting. So we're at a Varshan tribe with 2 people, while the other 2 people are not, like, why the other 2 people are invisible. That's interesting. If only trading works, trading overrated, you get debated. I mean, trading would work if there wasn't like some weird item duping that people also keep abusing, right? I cannot blame Blizzard always for like people being dick faces. Like, it would be so helpful if people would just not abuse the system. Just like in New World, where people essentially ruined the whole economy in very obvious ways. I've done 184 runs so far. How are you doing so many runs? I mean, I'm a content creator. I do this for a living, and I haven't even done that many runs. I mean, I also haven't been doing that much Duriel. I've been like more, you know, having fun and enjoying the game, I guess. Isn't Blizzard at fault if duping is possible? I mean, duping can happen, Hog, simple as it is. But only because duping is possible doesn't mean that you have to abuse it. You know, there's no written rule that says you gotta be abusing the game if it's possible. Because it's also not the police fault if you break the law. Exactly. Like, only because it's possible doesn't mean that you have to do it. Like, I mean, you know. I could also touch my girlfriend's mom's butt, but I still don't do it because it's kind of like not cool. It's pretty naive. Well, it's pretty naive to think that people shouldn't just do things against the game TOS, Pugnava, because if you dupe things, your account is essentially bannable from this point on. So you're saying naive. I'm saying everyone that's duping is stupid as fuck. Because as soon as you dupe a single time, as soon as you participate in any kind of duping scheme, your account from that point on is bannable. Whatever you do from your account at that point is always under the flag of being able to get banned. Does anyone still have mats left? Still got mats left? It's something you need to keep in mind. And for some reason, people are then, oh God, I got banned for item duping. I never thought this would happen. Really? Really? You never thought that would happen? Like, you never thought that doing something against the game TOS could potentially get you banned? Starless Skies is best slot in many Necro builds. It is. Overlooked item, underestimated. I'm definitely for it. I do think I'm also being mean to Doombringer because I think Doombringer is better than I give it credit for. Even though I keep saying that Doombringer is like the worst possible. Horrible. Yeah, I'm willing to give it 5 more tries, and then I'm gonna say I'll just accept that I got a slight better version and not a max roll version. We still got mats left. Let's see. Have you heard of the new Penta.Necro build? I'm gonna be interested to see what someone like named a completely normal build that has been out forever with a new name, Jumping Joker. Surprise me, Joker. Surprise me. So it's always good when you just suddenly see a new name for a Necro build and you're like, oh yeah, that's the same Necro build I've known about forever already. Cool. And Dariel's Doombringer.Necro build. Oh, that Necro build that needs 2 Uber uniques. I see. That's not a new build. that's just an interesting fact that you can do crazy things with very good Uber uniques. I mean, yes, you can do crazy builds with like, you can do 1 billion damage with Grandfather, right? Surprise. Yeah, let me farm that real quick. That's the thing, right? If you now told me like a build that's achievable, I think a build using GoXLR Crown achievable, Debolt's Will, Flicker Stab, even the Banished Lord's Talisman, this is all in reach. This is all reasonable. You have to do like 20, 30, 40 versions for it maybe to get it, but it's more than possible, right? Oh, I got a new one. Okay, we're done here. Let's go kill some Duriels, boys. I got 1 Duriel with the team here. We can already do that, and then we'll do some tier 100, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. I mean, not accidentally disenchanted because I'm an idiot.
Use it well.
I mean, not accidentally disenchanted. I'm an idiot. This is as max rolly as I can expect to get at this point. But you notice, this is a 901 item power. This one does 355 damage more already, right? Than the old one. That's already fantastic. And it does 20% multiplicative more, which is double fantastic. I disenchanted I just broke the one that I wanted to keep. I just broke the one I wanted to keep. I hate life right now. I clicked too many buttons at the same time. I want to just cry. It's okay. I hate it. I'm still doing a Duriel right now because I promised that. I clicked the right buttons and then I clicked the wrong buttons. I'm fine. This is fine. I'm good. This is a minor setback. It's a minor setback, John. It's a minor. We're good. We gotta end the stream now. No. Emotional damage. Yes, I am mildly upset with myself, but luckily it's just a game. This is okay, chat. This is okay. Nothing that a few prime sub wouldn't mend again, right? Don't break them, sell them, then rebuy. No, I usually break everything I don't need. I mean, money comes like crazy. I haven't sold a single item this season. I heard even you. It's fine. We're gonna get it uber unique now, chat. We're gonna like get ready. Get ready. We're exchanging the pain for an uber unique. That's the plan. So we need more versions after this, Chad. Okay. Hey, do we have more versions after this? Oh, by the way, Sherman, where are you? Sherman. Yeah, Sherman, we get you in. Especially we get you in because you can also be part of the Duriel, because why wouldn't you? Sav, that's okay. Thank you for supporting us, Sav. That was very kind of you. Also, we're waiting for Sherman to teleport here. Can I inspect? Oh, I can inspect. Aha, Mendel. Show plant pro. How do I inspect other people? I don't wanna. Oh, view profile. Izu's heirloom. The critical strike increase. Ah, yeah, I see. A Harlequin crest. Harlequin crest.
I cannot.
Oh, are you a barbarian? Are we gonna see a one hit now? Ladies and gentlemen, are we gonna see a one hit now? Are you gonna one hit? If, like, do it for me. Do it for me. Billion damage. Go. I'm disappointed. I didn't see a billion damage.
I need more time.
Do it. Oh, there. Real just dying. Okay, what do you get for me? That's a ring. A ring of starless skies, chat. Finally. Finally, it has come. The ring of starless skies. No, it's an X-File. Sadness. Okay, back to the Tree of Whispers. Whee! Yeah, your crab gear. We all suffering that crab gear problem. But it's more sad. I have a bunch of interesting uniques, right? But a lot of my gear is also like horrible. Like my rings are inefficient. My gloves are sometimes good. But most of the time, my gear is rather, you know, my chest just barely does the job, essentially. Did we get the reset? Let's see. Does anyone know if the cheat death potion and the Sork flame chill enchantment share the same cooldown? I would say no, but I know Blizzard, so I'm probably gonna say yes. Ruby.
I need more time.
Now I want to say like realistically it shouldn't. But we all know how well realistically it shouldn't works, right? Okay, so now after getting almost the perfect roll of a 923 Bloodless Scream with a 50% multiplier, that would have been the pinnacle of my dreams, and that we essentially just accidentally destroyed. Can we get a better one now? Sherman is our summoner. Go Sherman. Will you go back to Warzone, Khaled? No. My YouTube channel, my Twitch channel, everything is doing better with any game but Warzone. It's like the crazy part. It's not that I'm doing better with Diablo than with Warzone, right? Chan? I mean, Diablo works very well on my channel, and people like my Diablo guides. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like that. My channel is working better with Diablo than Warzone. It's working better with everything but Warzone. Like any game. Even if I would choose to play Minesweeper on my stream and make Minesweeper guides. You did it on purpose, Pablos. I didn't want to say this, but obviously I did this on purpose. So we could farm Varshan together more. Yes. You got me. You got me, Chad. Don't diss Minesweeper. Minesweeper is love. Back in the days, we had one computer, Chad. Obviously, one computer. And my dad loved to play Solitaire and Minesweeper. My dad is a very simple gamer. So like he literally just loves Solitaire and Minesweeper. And he has 3 sons, me and my 2 brothers. So what we used to do is we literally used to take turns. So you were allowed to play 1 round of Minesweeper until the mine explodes. We're talking about the 99 mines, obviously. And then, you know, like as soon as the mine explodes, one of my brothers' turn, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. You know, back in the days where not everyone had a phone and that kind of stuff. How's Necro this season? Absolute S tier, honestly. Necro is feeling so good. And not only is Necro feeling so good, Necro has so many different builds that work this season. Right? Because like what Barbarian, I know 2 builds. Barbarian is like Upheaval and Hota. And then I know like Sork has Ball of Lightning Sork, and I haven't seen a different Sork right now, right? For you to see your builds, you can type in !builds or !season 2 in the chat, or you just go to YouTube and there is a bunch of builds there, each with a respective explanation, each with a link to the build in the description below to Mobalytics, so you have like everything gathered in one slot for you. Also, yes, I'm not getting a Bloodless Scream now, Chan. This was 2 tries without a Bloodless. I'm getting punished. The world is punishing me. We'll never get it. I will have to favorite that X-Feld, by the way. Oh, are we selling? We're selling. Okay.
Not while I'm in town.
Now we would think that this would actually provide us with good equipment, right? Useless. 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 Could be good. Intelligence, Maximilian life. Nope. Nope.
I can break that down.
I could still get a better sword. I mean, there's a 925 sword, 921 stats, basic skills, ultimate. Nah. Nah. Better gloves, maybe? With critical strike chance against injured. I don't know who sat down and thought that a stat called critical strike chance against injured enemies should exist. Like, call me crazy, chat, but why does a stat exist that only works when an enemy has lost 65% of his life already? You play Hearthstone way back? Yes, over 10,000 hours. Also, which build are you using? It's called the Bloodless Scream Frost Necromancer. And the problem is that we're missing a cool name for this. So if you come up with a fancy name, I'm more than willing to call the build whatever you come up with. We're essentially using a Shadow Blood Wave together with Bloodless Scream, Desecrated Ground, making everything frost damage, and then like just burning our enemies essentially to pieces with shadow damage. But yeah, we're missing a cool name for it still. The Shadow Frost build. Yeah, I was thinking about Shadow Frost, but it's like so simple. What's something cool? D4 has some weird stat choices. I'm okay with most of the stat choices, but any damage while injured, crit to injured, any stuff like that is so weird. You went Barbarian this season, you should have went Necro. It takes around 20 hours to max level a character, so you can go really fast up, right? It's like Emperor of the Frozen Ground. Well, that sounds pretty good. Frostbite. The Freezing Dark build. See, chat is getting creative. I love to see it. Thank you. Paragon unspent. Yeah, I have nothing to spend this on. Like it's actually good to have 6 unspent Paragon points and have everything tapped, because that means you kind of made a good Paragon board. Because right now these points are essentially free of use. I could do whatever. I could get some more willpower. I can get some more dex. I can get some more int. I could go for another resistance stats if I needed. Dark Ice build. Dark Ice. I'm fine with that. Chat is trying. That's an 869. Yeah, it needs to be 900 plus, Jack. 900 plus. At least. Okay, how many do we have, Sherman? Sherman? How many left? Let's see what Sherman got. Arthas? Arthas? Just... Arthas is good. The Frost Reaper, I kind of like the Frost Reaper. That sounds fun. The Elsa build, yeah, let it go. We're actually currently thinking about going to the Elsa musical around Christmas. Germany has the Elsa musical in Hamburg, and my children obviously like Elsa. Better do Duriel for 900 plus. I don't think Duriel can drop the Bloodless Scream. Pretty sure. I want to do a build with only uniques. Yes, don't worry. I will definitely do a build with only uniques because I want to see how well that would actually do. My one problem with that currently is, oh, that is it, chat. That is it. 925, 50%. Well, it's better than what I have, so that's already good, but sadly not good enough. The Ice Scream build. Yeah, Duriel is Black River, exactly. So if you would do a build with only uniques, there is Doombringer would be good for that. I mean, you get the rings, so you get 2 rings that could work. I don't have Mother's Embrace, sadly. Get the amulet. Only unique is definitely an overpower build right now. Or shadow build. Shadow build. Yeah, I can make a shadow build with only uniques. Probably. Or blood. Blood. Probably blood. Blood. Frozen Wraithland. Not bad. You wanted to go with your daughter too, but the tickets are really expensive. Yeah, I just told my wife that around Christmas is probably not possible. Because if you go for a theater ticket, it's like 62 euros per person under the week, not around Christmas. And if you go for a ticket around Christmas, it's like 90 plus per person. It's expensive. Cool, good to see you there. Bloodless Scream of the Frozen Wastes. It sounds like we're going for a Game of Thrones title at this point. The Minion Search build. No, Minion Search wouldn't work with only uniques for the simple reason that you wouldn't have max minion life items enough and your minions would just die. So that's something you gotta consider. No minion life, no survival, death. Imagine if you would finally get the item and the stats you wanted after a bunch of tries and then you accidentally destroy it. Yeah, that would be really sad. That would be really sad, and only 5 prime subs could mend that wound. Probably. Right? Luckily, we're not live streaming this to around 2,000 people in the internet and no one saw this. Huh? What order should you farm summon bosses? There is no order, but you should not summon them before World Tier 4. So Varshan, for example, don't waste the materials on World Tier 3, because if you kill him on World Tier 4, you get Mucuslick's Axe, and Mucuslick Axe are needed to summon Duriel. The same goes for the other bosses. You don't want to summon them before World Tier 4 because you're getting sacred versions of these uniques. Why do you want a sacred Bloodless Scream? That's going to be completely useless. You want at least an ancestral version, right? So that's something that you would have to consider when you're actually doing these kind of things. Profile. Edit. Title. Chilling. Terror. That's my name now. But if you struggle to get to tier 4 and don't have many friends, I would guess that a sacred would be better than nothing. Nope, still. You don't need the uniques in the beginning at all, Spike Ghost. I mean, the uniques are quite nice to have, like, right? But some of them can be build changing, build altering, only though if you have them high enough. So you should never struggle to get World Tier 4. Getting World Tier 4 is the easiest thing in the game. Now I'm saying if you struggle to get World Tier 4, it's probably your build. So you're not playing the right build and you're doing something wrong in that department. You might be using your skills inefficient. Yeah. But getting to World Tier 4 is the easiest thing in the world. If you play the Bloodless Necromancer, for example, I mean, you just run around and just one-click button kill rooms, and like you should be able to clear the capstone dungeon at level 55 to 58. And then obviously killing the bosses, you might have to wait for 70, 75 before you can start killing the bosses. But even without friends, you just ask in the alt chat and you have people coming with you. I mean, like, there is really no shortage on people to play these dungeons with. Like, you literally have to just go in the direction of Gregoire, the Galvanic Saint, and people are camping the entrance and asking for tries. But finally, you get your Littlest Wall today. Littlest Wall is love.
I cannot do that here.
Yeah, the Bloodsearch build from 2 days ago is definitely what you want to be looking at. So yeah, that's what I would say. Like, really don't waste your materials because you're going to hate it later on. Okay, no, that's bad. Bad. Lucky hit, barrier, no, bad. Let me favorite that before I accidentally disenchant another one, because this one is still better than the one I had before. That is an absolute high roll on the desecrated ground, even higher than what I have here, because this is 38,000. This is 42,000. What the hell? That's another level of the high roll on the Ultimate Shadows. I didn't even know that Ultimate Shadows could roll even higher. So we just improved the build by merely existing, Chan. That's good. Always fun to improve a build by simply existing. Definitely gonna enchant that. 4 left, so we get a 3 left to go. After these 3, we're gonna be clearing some tier 100s with this build, guys. Also, Bua, thank you for the great guides. No, thank you for watching them. There's tons of people, thousands of people putting out guides there, and we do have like so many amazing people actually watching ours. It's great. I say ours because like the community. I mean, there is no ours. There's like I create these alone. I don't have any help, but I have you to help me. The thumbnails with the ideas, you know. I mean, the only reason I made this build is because chat bullied me to. I get asked, could I please make this? And I'm like, okay. And now it turns out to be one of the most fun builds I've played this season. Yeah. You want Bloodsearch with all the minions? Me too, commuter. The problem is the constant need of good items. That's the biggest pain. You need good items. You need to keep getting good items. You need to not just simply have like you know, just max life. You also need max minion life, and then you need total armor percentage. I mean, the perfect chest for a minion build is max life, max minion life, total armor percentage, and damage reduction. Getting all of these together is roughly yeah. Drum roll, get ladies and gentlemen. Worse. Okay, we had 2 more tries, chat. 2 more tries. Come on. If it's not dropping in 2 tries, I'm going to be happy with the 903. Because the 903 is still better than my 901. Minimally better, but better. Because a 10% bigger multiplier. And 10% bigger multiplier is quite huge. Would you say Bloodsearch is better than Bloodlands? Bloodsearch is vastly better for leveling. Bloodlands is later better for dungeoneering. Simple with the new Bloodlands build. So I don't know if you have watched the video from today already. We just released a video because we reimagined the Bloodlands concept. We made it a dungeon pushing build. So we went essentially from doing massive damage to massive damage and super tanky at the same time with a Bloodlands 4.0 build. Yeah. So we just renewed the concept. And the best part is that with a click of one aspect and, well, 2 aspects and 8 skill points, you change the build. Yeah. Palafax Gaming? Palafax? Thank you for the brand new subscription as a Prime supporter. Welcome as number 15 today. I'm not giving you numbers, chat. The countdown is giving you numbers. Great to have you there, partner. Thank you very much. I'm trying to get Bloodless Scream to work with Reap, Sever, Corpse Explosion, Bone Storm, Golem, and Blizzard Mages. I tried, it's not working. I mean, so it's, you can get it to work, commuter. You can get it to work, so you can get Sever, Corpse Explosion, you can get it to work. It's just not going to be good, right? So this is the way I found now that you can utilize Blood Wave with a desecrated ground that then creates actually a frozen desecrated ground that gets multiplied on. Because that's the interesting part. Due to this being now a shadow skill and creating the desecrated ground, that damage of the desecrated ground gets multiplied by everything you do, as it's then frost damage as well. And then you also taking the desecrated ground bonus glyph. We're actually using here in the Paragon board the desecrated ground bonus skill damage, and as you can see, that's quite huge. And since I have this max leveled, I can actually put my skill points, and that's what I was keeping my skill points for. So this is plus 386% damage on desecrated grounds. Ooh, the final one. Okay, chat, this was the final try, and then we're gonna do a tier 100 dungeon. How do you show the stats? Oh, on shift you can compare items. Sorry that I didn't say that before. Okay. Boop. That's a 40% one, but it's a weaker one. So nope, I'm taking this one. That's the one. Yeah. Okay, thank you, team. Thank you, Akuma Shari, Vampire Daddy. That's me, and Valkyrie for helping with this project, and then for me ruining this project because I'm an absolute idiot. Okay, this is the one I marked, correct? So disenchant, disenchant, disenchant. And then we're gonna upgrade this one. We're gonna replace this. We're gonna trash the other one. I have to teleport to give a shot. What would you say is the cleanest feeling Necro build currently? Tempest Storm with Blight. Would you plan to make a PvP guide for Season 2? So the PvP guide for Season 2 is get 3 friends that are all level 100, teleport to World Tier 3, and then murder people that are level 60, 70, 50, 54, while you're laughing like a maniac. The reason yeah, there's no PvP in this game. There's bashing low-level shitters, and that's about it. Right? That's PvP in this game. Ganking people with multiple things. I mean, you're playing Necro. Necro is the least PvP savvy class in the game. Necro is useless. Okay, tier 100 dungeon, guys. Tier 100 dungeon. Death Pulse. Death Pulse is going to kill me. Let's go. Yesterday, we already cleared 1 tier 100 with this build. And I said it's... as I was doing this, I said it's probably going to be impossible. I haven't seen you stream in 2 years, and you look great. Thank you very much. I mean, I lost some weight. And I had a haircut yesterday. So, perfect timing. Appreciate it, Knudel. Dass du da bist. Look at that, Chan. Your man's getting compliments left, right, and center. So you blood wave. Everything blood waves together. This is a tier 100. You pull everything together. We reduce our cooldowns. We go through. We throw balls of blight into them. The balls of blight also freeze them. Then we dash through again. We pull them together because we can. Dash through again. Do a little bit more here, shebang. Then we blood wave them finally, all 3 together, and that's where the real damage comes in, because look how that thing still dies after I go down. I mean, oops, I just died. I shouldn't have died, but it's just about the actual damage the blood wave deals right now. We forgot to change the aspect. No. Did I accidentally disenchant the ring with the aspect where I said that the aspect is so much better that I wanted to keep the aspect? I did, right? Already double disenchant, Day-chan. I'm horrible.
I need more time.
Wait. Well, corpse bows, huh? Well, that's going to be absolutely horrible. A room full of frozen skeletons that also poison. Let me get out of this and then blood wave. Yeah. There's something really weird about poison. So I have like over 30% poison resistance, right? So like poison shouldn't phase me at all. But there's something incredibly weird about poison in general and how poison calculates. But it just does way too much damage. I don't know if you've noticed that too. It's plenty weird when, oh, you just perished. You just perished. It was so much fun. See, like, no physical damage is doing like any damage to me. No lightning damage is doing any damage to you. But as soon as poison comes around the corner, you just like meld away. The only thing you're struggling with, well, you like don't see it as your struggle. It's definitely a game struggle. There's like no question for me. There's like no discussion, to be honest. Poison, there's something wrong with poison. Because I've tried like maxing out my armor, maxing out my resistances, going in with a poison potion, everything. And yet poison, despite maxing everything out to a crazy max, yet poison still does improper amounts of damage in comparison to anything else. Okay, I'm just gonna blood wave them. Look, like how beautiful damage, like the desecrated ground of the blood wave does. It's so good. It makes me so happy. I'm just reducing cooldown on that one because we're gonna be facing a bunch of nerds now. So usually I like don't do poison enchanted dungeons anymore. I mean, volcanic I don't do anyways because volcanic is just stupid. But I just essentially stopped doing poison enchanted because something feels weirdly off about it. You can't avoid the every now and then poison enchanted dude in a dungeon, right? But if you can make sure to not meet poison, then make sure to not do that. Hehe, you're dead. Do I need to even kill you two? I don't. I could just ignore. No, dead. So necro builds that makes good use of Harlequin Crest apart from Bone Spear. There's a blood build, so there is my there's my Blood Surge build where you can use Harlequin Crest. There's Bone Spear. Bone Spear. Crossbow. There is shadow builds that make really good use of the Harlequin Crest because shadow builds in general have the helmet slot free. This one, for example, has a GoXLR crown in. GoXLR crown and Harlequin Crest are kind of the same because you have to see this is a 40% damage increase, right? But Harlequin Crest is another 4 ranks to all your skills, and 4 ranks to Corpse Explosion is kind of like 40% more damage if you think about it. It's also how you have to treat Harlequin Crest if you don't know if you want to use it. That's the kind of the calculation for that one. That it's going to be like around that damage boost or not. Corpse bows. Corpse bows. We love them. Yeah, but the stupid spider cave. Now the spider cave I'm okay with because the poison that the spiders do is like it's like no permanent poison. So the poison that spiders are getting out is usually like it happens when they die, but as long as you're not there when they die, you can avoid it. That's where I'm like, you know, it's fine if you spiders want to poison me, like be my guest, but I was just trying to go through here without getting shot by another corpse bow. Leave me alone. Someone new, but wait, I'll read your message in a second because I just don't want to die to the boss now quickly when we shouldn't die to the boss. Look at the stagger bar, by the way. This is a specialty of this build. So you stagger your opponent extremely quick. I mean, like extremely quick, right? And as you have your opponent staggered, everything I do is critical strikes. So if I then shoot my blights in, all my blights are critical strike. Also, my blood wave also critical strikes. It's due to the vampiric power that is called terror. The vampiric power terror does critical strikes if an opponent is feared. Now, obviously, he's not feared, but he's staggered, and staggered is everything. You guessed right. So we're right now again on the verge of having him staggered, and like everything is a crit, right? Everything is a crit. Damage over time can't crit, but the initial proc of blight can crit. So blight has a damage over time component and a actual like on hit component. And that's where you're then getting like some nasty crits together. Now you could also play Ixfeld's Corroded Signet with this build if you want to. And Ixfeld's would add another layer of potential damage to this. And there's another stagger coming. Perma stagger. Crit, crit, crit. Wait. Did we say that if we're standing in desecrated ground, we're doing 22% more damage? Now let's level up desecrated ground even further because that is going to be very nice and mean from a multiplier perspective. Tier 100 dungeon as a build using the most useless necromancer unique. Chat, if there was a way to rank uniques, this would be an F tier unique. F tier. Are you streaming Twitch, YouTube at the same time? Isn't that forbidden? They changed something. It's allowed now. You can stream everywhere at the same time. So, would you recommend for someone new to Diablo who just hit level 85 and wants to get into doing bosses with a friend or two, Blood Surge Necro? Blood Surge or Bloodlands? If you want a boss with your friends, I think Bloodlands Necro is probably better. Feral Rogue, we just uploaded that today, so peep the channel. Is the Bloodless Scream build on Mobalytics? It is not created yet because I'm still min-maxing around on things and I'm still trying out some stuff. So we're not completely ready yet to release this to the grand public as it's done. Because I always want to min-max these builds that they perfectly work. Wouldn't the Butcher's Cleaver combined with the Vampire Terror Vampire Power be insane? What's the Butcher's Cleaver again? What am I missing? Was Bloodwave till I get a Bone Storm Shield? I mean, the Bone Storm Shield is good for the respective builds, but in this build, you need the Bloodwave because we're going for maximum Shadow Destruction. And since we got 40% multiplicative damage on our Shadow damage, so this also is very nice against the boss. If a boss is frozen, you do 40% multiplicative damage, and that's where like very nice damage boosts are actually coming from for your damage over time. That it just suddenly ticks so much harder. And this is also how we can just destroy tier 100 dungeons with a build that should technically not be able to do it. Because again, the unique is the most useless unique of them all. And yet, with the right build and the right tools, like look at the Bloodwave just obliterating this.
I'm not ready.
Who would have thought that a Shadow Bloodwave build would do this in Season 2? So yeah, this started as a project like, let's just YOLO do it.
I'm not ready.
And now it's like, okay, look at the damage. I mean, nothing compared to Shure Bone Spear going through and hitting everything for millions. But that's not the comparison we're looking for here right now, correct? Oh, what? I was already in the blood mist as I died. That is absolutely uncool and unheard of and uncalled for. Robbery. So there is a build that uses minions that can clear tier 100s, and it's uploaded on the channel, Kenneth. That's for YouTube, by the way. It's called the Pure Minion Summoner. It does work. Keep in mind, though, that you have to play it super slow. So the problem with the Pure Minion build right now is that it's super boring. So where this build here, for example, despite being heavily, like, not the best build in the world, can actually zoom through dungeons. So I'm like still positively zooming through. When you're playing the minion build, you'd be having to take things at a way more sedate pace, where you're literally just like really every minion pack could kill you. Every minion pack is dangerous for your life. Every minion pack is something you need to really clear down to the last minion, or you run into danger of just randomly dying. And I don't know, like I love minions. I am an absolute defender of minions need to be insane. And if minions are not insane, this is sad. But they're just useless. They're sadly useless this season. They were good in season 1. They were good in season 2. They kind of broke how Bone Prison works, so... what do you think is the best and most fun build? The Bloodlands build that we just uploaded today. I'm gonna be honest, like with all the equipment I've had, with the gameplay fun I've had, also the aesthetics of using skills. So the cool thing about Bloodlands is that you're literally going like, you know, like you're just machine gunning away at your opponents, and it's just like the mere act of using that skill is just super funny. Okay, this dude is really annoying being poison enchanted and suppressor. So the mere act of using that skill is just so much fun. My builds need certain uniques to work with. No, they don't. All my builds work without the uniques, Spike. The thing is that if you want to do tier 100 dungeons, you will need the uniques. Yes. If you want to then, you know, like if you want to solo clear everything, you'll need the uniques. As you're then attempting to do tier 100 dungeons and the end game content. If you're level 75, you don't need the uniques to exist. With level 75, you're doing overworld content. You can do everything without the uniques. Okay? Usually, if you don't have a shield unique, for example, you take a defensive aspect, right? If you don't have an offensive unique, you take a different offensive aspect that would still fit into the build. And that's how you're going with this. That dude is uncommonly tough right now, and I don't like it. Hee. Also, a different one with different abilities spawned. Is that normal? I die so rarely in these in-between rooms that I never paid attention to. Like that was a different one. He wasn't poison enchanted and suppressor. He was just whatever he was there. I wasn't aware. You see me surprised. I play Golem Shadowmancer. I want to read your message, and I will read your message if I'm not in danger of dying. So give me a second. I will read that message because I'm interested. Oh no. Oh no, I'm locked in. Yep, that was a mistake. Golem Shadowmancer. If I start to struggle towards tier 100 or Lilith, I'm going to farm out the items to be able to switch. Yes. That's why I'm saying the best level build is Blood Surge Necro. And you can go from 1 to 100, right? 1 to 100. Simple. But if you want to be more efficient bossing towards 100, if you want to be more efficient clearing nightmare dungeons, you slowly swap from the Surge build over to the Lance build. But the good thing is, since these builds are so similar to each other, it is a very easy transition. It's not like, oh no, it's going to be so hard to go from there to there. I need to change everything I've been doing. It's rather a, oh yeah, I'll flip like these three, I turn these knobs, I'll twiddle these twerks, and suddenly you're a complete different build that works. And there we are, boss fight again. Weep. Let's see how interesting this one is gonna be, because she's quite annoying to kill. Since she just goes out of your poison pools, and the longer she stands in your poison pools, the more stagger she takes. Oh wow, she just staggered so easy. She also just does not have very much life, I just noticed. But she almost took me out with her stun hair. Dude, she staggers so fast. What the hell? I mean, even faster than everyone else of all the other bosses. What is this? Oh, did I just see a 400k? I think I just saw a 400k. Blind. Why are we staggering so much? Because all our attacks chill. So our darkness skill, due to the Bloodless Scream, chill. Which means that every single attack on top of doing like what they do anyways, also chill the enemy. Not only do they chill the enemy, they also have a chance to stun, because darkness skills generally have a chance to stun. Oh, really? Really? We just died to the weirdos jumping. So all darkness skills have also a chance to stun. And that all together just leads to her dying like there's no tomorrow. What is the uber unique you think will make the biggest impact? You have to see that there is build changing uniques and there's just build empowering uniques. For example, Shaco makes 0 difference on your build. It just makes your build stronger, right? So Shaco is nice to have. Getting a Ring of Starless Skies on Bloodlands will make Bloodlands absolutely bonkers, right? That's a truly build transforming unique. Having the Grandfather allows you to do billions of crits, so you can kill Uber Lilith in like 2 hits and so on, right? Also quite something. Doombringer, I'm not sure about Doombringer, if Doombringer can do the things that I think Doombringer could potentially do. So there's a world where Doombringer is actually good, but I don't know yet for real. So that's something. Melted Heart of Selig, well, not good for Necro, sadly. So you get a Melted Heart of Selig, my condolences. You got robbed. Which one am I missing?
I'm not ready yet.
Right now? Doombringer can work in a... Doombringer can work in a Shadow build, and Doombringer can work in a Blood build due to the bonus of HP. Would Mother's Embrace work with the Necro builds? Yes, Mother's Embrace works with the Blood builds quite nice. So don't laugh about Mother's Embrace. Very good item. I have not needed it because of T-Bold's Will. So right now I'm playing T-Bold's Will in all my Blood builds, because T-Bold's Will is just so obnoxiously good. Another tier 100 in the books. Oh no, I didn't want to level Blood Drinker. I want to level Desecration because it's so much more damage. Because I'm playing T-Bolt's Will. What are we running today? We're running the Shadow Frost Necro. What is so I think, did I miss any Uber unique? I have a list of all Uber uniques. Let's quickly go to that because I like the question. Best Necro build for dungeons, either Blood Surge, Bloodlands, or Tempest Storm. So Darkness or Blood are both really good for dungeoneering. We had the Grandfather. Doombringer. So the thing about Doombringer and Blood builds is that it gives 26% max life, so that makes it nice. Melted Heart of Selig is useless, and Dariel's Visage is useless for Necro. And then the Ring of Starless Skies. So Visage is just useless for Necro. That's the problem. Yeah. Why do you not use the exclamation glyph? For every 5 intelligence purchased within range, your corpse skills deal increased damage. I mean, first and foremost, because the damage increase is minimal, it's 3.3, and even if you level it up, it's like not that much. The only corpse skill we're using is Corpse Explosion, but our damage is also Blood Wave and a huge part Blight, and Blight is not a corpse skill, so it would only be Corpse Explosion. Which brings me again to the Desecrated Ground glyph. So we're using right now the Desecration glyph because that is a 51% damage plus per 5 willpower, which right now is like 400% damage plus, 401% damage plus. Yep. And while standing in Desecrated Ground, you deal 15% increased shadow damage. The Fortifying DR is also good. Yeah, but you don't need the Fortifying DR. So I have 10,000 armor and I have 17,000 life. I could get more armor with a better chest and more armor with a better helmet. So if I actually trash this helmet, I lose a little bit of damage, but I get vast more armor values. That with the Disobedience, I'm just perfectly equipped for a Nightmare Dungeon. Then with the Restless and everything, I should never run into the danger of randomly dying to anything because that's just how it is, right? Therefore, like, generally, the more survivability is just nothing that you need with Tempest Necro, because Tempest Necro, or because this Necro here is also, like, it's a bit of a Infinimist. So I have good cooldown reduction. I can also be most of the time in the Blood Mist. The Room for One, I'm currently going for solos. Thank you. Q-Soul, thank you for also subscribing on the YouTube. Appreciate it. Welcome to the members there. The 4 available points. The 4 available points are my variety points. I mean, the Paragon board is not perfect. So whenever I do a Mobalytics build, I make better Paragon boards. Because right now the Paragon board works. Surprise, right? But it's far from being perfect. It's like we made that live on stream, so it's not perfectly min-maxed. And I tend to go back then to do them on Mobalytics completely. Oh, wow. This is going to be very annoying with these archers and everything, trying to pull them together. So yeah, that's where then min-max them perfectly. And right now I just have the 4 points. I might reset this as soon as I've done it perfect, you know? Because right now the Desecration glyph only has 39 willpower plus, right? But I don't know what killed me there. The thing about 39 willpower plus is that there is a... if I put it in here, so this is shadow damage over time, but this is based on intelligence, right? If I would take this intelligence and I would put the Desecrated Ground out and we would put the Scorch in here, cut all the willpower nodes, but go for the intelligence nodes. The willpower nodes, go for the intelligence. Has a lot of intelligence here, right? But if I now put the Desecrated Ground in here, there is, I think, in total... more willpower glyphs that I could take. So now we're at 49 willpower, and that's 504% bonus, which is obviously huge, right? So slight difference. That's another point we can save. Can almost go for that one. Yeah, so we're suddenly at a vastly higher percentage. Would you prefer two-handed sword or sword focus for Bone Necro? I don't play Bone Necro. I don't want to talk about Bone Necro. Pony doesn't like Bone Necro. I mean, usually you want to have a sword, and two-handed you can do because two-handed gives you the most maximum damage, kind of,
I'm not ready.
and allows you to You're doing so weird damage, and I'm not triggering any kind of weirdness right now. Thank you very much. That was absolutely ugly fight. What's up? Bunch of vampires that just jump scare me. What's up? Bunch of vampires that's right behind that. That's a great start into a tier 100 dungeon, chat. That's a great start. One focus Lidless will clear 8 ads quicker. 200 kills bosses quicker. What I do for my blood build, plays the Lidless wall with the shield, right? For the Lidless wall shenanigans. But for bosses, I carry a focus with me so I can swap to blood wave versus bosses. So I literally start with the dungeon clearing portion of the build to then swap over to the boss clearing portion. Also, Commuter Zombie, thank you for the £5. That's very appreciated. Quite nice of you, sir. When Christmas coming, so I'll be making sure to invest those £5 in any kind of chocolate and goodies for the children. Also very happy you're enjoying the Necro build. Polishing this one is more or less done. I mean, like the only thing you can polish about this build right now is items. Like, you can't polish this build anymore from a build perspective, because it's just as good as you can make it with the limitation of playing Bloodless Scream. Because let's be fair, Bloodless Scream is still a liability.
I'm not ready yet.
Regardless of it boosting my damage and making me stronger, it's still like there's many better items I could play than it.
I'm not ready yet.
If that makes sense. Which doesn't make it a bad item, but it's kind of like we gotta go out of our way to make this work, right? We gotta bend over a little bit to get this running. Okay, the amount of lightning damage I'm taking is super not okay. I hate these guys. Did they nerf Whisper's Gold? There is a world where they did. You were definitely getting more, like more just a few days ago. That's true. I haven't really paid attention to, and I don't know if there was any patch notes, because I mean, getting that amount of Whisper Gold was fantastic. I loved it. Like, I'm a very happy person getting all that Whisper Gold, because hell, if I'm still paying 5 million to reset my Paragon board, I at least want all the gold, right? And again, I don't understand why I'm even paying gold to respawn, Chan. I do not understand. Oh, this is a broken one. This is a broken chest, I think, where everything is gathering. So there's chests where everything spawns and doesn't move away. Do you see how they all spawn on the chest? In one of these broken chests.
I'm not ready yet.
Super fun. You can get like a billion kills there, because they're all just stuck on it. Oh wow. The chest shooting fired me, the lightning me, and everything at the same time kind of hurt. Okay, I don't know what just one hit me there. Ow. You can check out 2 runs after Starless. Jumping Joker, that's what we like to hear. I got 12 million last night for one. Are you sure? Because I feel like they put it lower. Might be wrong. Let's do Poison Enchanted. Hey, chat, did we not say we're going to be ignoring Poison Enchanted completely? Also, let me go for... Oh, I could do Critical Strike damage increase. That's fine. I mean, we're Critical Striking anyways. What's your rest? I'm maxed. I'm a Necro. I get plus 20 on all rests. It's actually really stupid. It was so useless. It was the most useless sacrifice ever. Plus 20 on all resistances. Then suddenly they fixed resistances. And now when you sacrifice your skeletal warriors, you're just the most durable shithead in the world, right? It's just so beautiful how a former completely useless thing can turn quite useful. Blood wave, blood wave, blood wave me together.
I'm not ready.
Blood wave, blood wave. Doo-doo-doo. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is kind of like an Infinity Mist build as well. So we're doing Infinity Misting. We're just staying in our mist, right? And we're really not in danger of taking any damage. And we can go into a pack of elites and straight up come back out again and have our blood wave cooldown essentially be 0. Very useful, to be honest.
I'm not ready.
Especially as we're just dashing into everyone with a main plan of blood waving things, right? Because the blood wave does so much damage, so the plan is and will always be to just dive deep into our opponents, to get our cooldowns reset, to pull them all together, to then essentially bully them with a blood wave afterwards. And then pull them all together again, and then keep bullying them. And you have them all, and then you blood wave them, and then for some reason they don't get blood wave. And the best part about the blood wave is if you then dash into the blood wave, right? There's a bunch of blood orbs just waiting for you. So you're essentially creating your own field of healing. What boots are you using? I use Flicker Step for 90% of my builds. I mean, in this build, because I do blood wave and Flicker Step does 80% bonus damage on it, that's huge. Like the amount of bonus ultimate skill damage that Flicker Step has is just nasty. I mean, you're going like from what we have here, 117k as soon as I have like a few things stacked up, vastly lower. I mean, we have like, we can get this up to like 200k or so per wave. That just takes over time too. Beautiful. Wasn't it that as soon as you kill all enemies, they should be gathering around you? I think they didn't get the info, Chan. Wasn't it that enemies were supposed to gather around you?
I need more
I might remember something like this. And then we're waiting, Chan. Are you're coming? Is that it? Are we finally? No. No, I would kind of like to have more enemies together in one spot. That would be really helpful. So I don't have to like kill you little shitters. It's worms. They have 0 brains. They definitely fixed it for most dungeons, that suddenly everyone just gets teleported onto you, right? But there's definitely some of these dungeons that are still just absolutely broken, where you know it should be different, where you know they should be following you because it just happened in the other dungeon, but they don't do it. It works half the time, exactly. This build is tier 100, yes. I mean, I only run tier 100 dungeons. Like if my builds can't do tier 100s, I say that because there's some builds that will just simply not be able to do it. Like some builds are just meant for fun, right? And they're gonna cap out at like 75 to 80. That's the problem I ran into with my Blood Search Summoner. My Blood Search Summoner can technically do 100 builds, but only if I have the perfect gear, which I don't have. And that's sad because I really like to play Blood Search Summoner. It's one of my favorite builds out there. But in order to do tier 100 dungeons, I'm literally in need of getting the perfect items, which I don't have. I have like very shitty minion life items. And that's bad.
I'm not ready yet.
Who wants to rely? See, do you see that cooldown reduction, guys? 10 seconds shaved off your blood wave. That's why flicker step is just, it's just love. Flicker step is life. Being able to dash through that guy and get like half my flicker step back again, half my blood wave back again, is just absolutely what you want. Ow. You hurt to me.
I need more time.
It's such a oh, he's frozen. Yes, my shadow frozen works out because we freeze things. In case you didn't know this, we freeze things. Boop wave, boop wave. Oh great, you are poisoned and you are suppressored. And I essentially have to live under your umbrella now to make this work. This is where the Infinimus portion of the build comes in, right? Because you essentially have to push under this. You have to be under them to fight them. So you go into the Infinimus and eat their ass. And your blood orbs heal you. Useful. Don't tell me you're suppressor too. No, you're not suppressor. You're fire. That's fine, I guess.
I need more time.
Yeah, look the difference. The difference. If they can't just hide away in their tiny little umbrella of suppression. Give me the chamber key. Bullshit. So, I have a barb that's capable of Nightmare 100s, but struggle on the points to running Nightmare 80s. Could switch to better build, but trying to figure out on my own. It's probably armor. Because for Nightmare 100s, you need like 13,300, 13,400. It doesn't even hurt to have 14,000, like, you know. It's just not an exact number. It's roughly 13.5k. Where the armor cap is, because the other armor cap is only the level 1 armor cap. The level 100 armor cap. So against level 100 monsters. Once you know that helps tremendously. Then obviously cap out your resistances to as high as you can. Don't forget that all your rings have a passive resistance stat. I keep forgetting that myself. So amulets are all resistance, right? But rings also have one fixed resistance slot. So it might be that you didn't pay attention to that, and that's why you're missing out on the resistance department left, right, and center a little bit. God, I love the stagger that this build does. It's just so much fun. Also, Shadow Blood Wave is a very aesthetically pleasing skill, Chan.
I'm not ready yet.
Die. Crits. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Again, why so much damage? Because terror. You're guaranteed to critical strike enemies who are feared. Okay? Which then has you also like do 40% more damage overall. Bone Spear is still the best, which is kind of sad. Rob broke it. No, it's not sad. This is just what it is. What build would you recommend for hardcore? Don't play hardcore. Kane, by the way, thank you for the Prime subscription. Very appreciated. Thank you for supporting us. Also, chat, don't forget to check your Prime subber dubber. For hardcore, probably, I mean, Bone Spear is the safest, I guess. Like, Infinity Mist for hardcore, like, if you go for Infinity Mist or Tempest Storm in high Nightmare dungeons, you're essentially unable to die. Are the vampire powers unique to each class or the same for each class? The unique powers are the same for each class. There's no difference. But obviously, some unique powers profit some vampire powers profit other classes more than others. I mean, there's the vampiric power for shadow damage over time, and that one is just Hey chat, why are we not running the vampiric power for shadow damage over time the whole time? Why are we having 60% less damage the whole time? Thank you that you're reminding me, because I played around with my vampiric powers this morning. Played around with my vampiric powers this morning, and it seems like that I accidentally swapped something in that I shouldn't have swapped in, because I think I wasn't actually playing terror. I was probably playing still domination. No, not domination. I was playing something that has a chalice. I was playing anticipation for the time being to get Bloodwave back. Yeah. Good, good. I was essentially just missing great amounts of damage the whole time, chat. Shall we do this again? This explains quite some things. Shall I show you the build again now that we do the damage we're supposed to deal? Chat, we're just missing out. Like, so what multiplier were we missing? The anticipation multiplier, because it's so good. Your ultimate skills deal 12% increased damage for each nearby enemy affected by your damage over time skills, okay? And if you think about that, Bloodwave does incredible damage, but it's at the same time damage over time. So it kind of enables itself, right? I want to see how all your builds go against level 100 Butcher. That is the stupidest thing to ask for, sir, and I'll say that. I've seen the comments about, oh, Necromancer can't beat tier 100 Butcher. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, Necromancer can't beat tier 100 Butcher most of the times. Necromancer's shit at beating tier 100 Butcher no matter what build. Because Necromancer's shit at that. Because the Butcher's perfect to kill Necro. Because you have one single dash. You have one single invincibility skill. You're not a sorcerer with 4 defensive skills. You know what happens when I use my defensive skill against the Butcher? You know what happens when I use Bone Prison against the Butcher, my defensive skill, chat? Yeah, he breaks it. He just breaks it. So I'm sorry that I'm not a rogue that can dash around the screen and just avoid any kind of damage, or you know, like, again, having like a billion unstoppable invulnerability skills going on. I am sorry. You notice how we're doing vastly more damage straight away, Chan? Because we're essentially now doing 60% more multiplicative damage over time. Sorry for the little rant about the Butcher, Chan, but I've seen this sadly too many times on YouTube, where people literally believe that killing the tier 100 Butcher says anything about your build, if it's good, bad, or strong, or weak. So this build will get absolutely murdered by the tier 100 Butcher. The Bloodlands build also. All of them. Because again, he just walks... Oops, ow. He just walks up to you, and then he hits you, and then you die. And you have no skills to escape. Bone Spear, yeah, I mean, obviously Bone Spear can do it, Zakire, but Bone Spear is essentially meant to be the build to do it. You know, there's one build in Necro that's meant to do just damage. Nothing else. Like, it's not fancy, it's not cool, it just does do damage. But even Bone Spear Necro gets also zoomed at by the Butcher. Same problem remains if you're not hitting your crits really quickly in a row, you know, if you're not getting your crits out, you also just get zoomed by the Butcher. I mean, obviously, if you have the Grandfather build where you then just cannot get sent out like 1,000,000 damage with like or a gazillion damage, sorry, not 1,000,000 damage, with one single what was it called again? Bone Spear, then you're good to go.
I'm not ready yet.
But yeah, I see a tier 100 butcher. I just go away. You're lucky enough to kill him as Necro. I mean, as long as you're not facing him in a tier 100 dungeon, you're good. Their poison is so weird. If you're not facing him in a tier 100 dungeon, you're good to kill him. This is why I want a skeleton build to be just as good as the others. It's a unique thing in Diablo. I mean, the skeleton builds are good enough, Angry. Like, the skeleton builds are fine, if I'm honest with you. They're just slow. I mean, if you're playing on your own tempo, if you have no stress, if you have no agenda, you know, if you just want to play the game and have fun. Yeah, the summon builds are quite fine. The problem is they just don't feel good right now. So playing blood builds feels extremely good currently. Because blood builds just get tremendously buffed, right? So just the vibe when you're playing them, just the pure strength level of them, the survivability, everything just feels like so good on top. Whereas playing a minion build, like the biggest problem right now is that you're trading your own survivability for minion survivability, and that minions don't tank. So you would assume that your minions are going to be soaking aggro, and you would assume that your minions would be taking aggro from the enemy. But we all know that the enemy just walks past your minions. I mean, like literally, they just walk past your minions. That's it. Like you think your minions are actually tanking, right? Ha, no, they're not. I mean, minions will just absolutely walk past them, ignore that they exist, and even though they're like stuck in a hallway, right? There's no way that the enemy could like avoid your minions, and they're still gonna face through your minions to kill you. Right? I can get the base game for 40 euros. I mean, there is only the base game. There's like, that's it. Diablo is currently on discount, so if you can get it discounted, I would buy it. I think the game is great, and the game will only get better. I mean, let's be real about Diablo right now. Season release was fine. Season 1 was okay. Season 2, pretty good in my eyes. Still no end game, but generally pretty good. And now if I'm thinking about season 3, what are you? Oh yeah, you're all stuck. You're all stuck. This is one of these things that I was talking about, one of these chests where everything is stuck on. I was just wondering, what is this gigantic spider monstrosity, Chad? Poison is the worst. No, poison's the worst on any dungeon. Yeah, it gets a lot of content. The thing is not the content you get for 70 euros. The thing is that every 3 months you just get more for free. So if you remotely enjoy the base game, if you remotely enjoy the gameplay loop in Diablo, then I think we are in for a good time. Because from here on out, it's only going to get better every single month. I'm not saying there will not be bad season anymore, right? Realistically, they'll fuck it up at some point, and then they'll have to remedy themselves again, and some of the seasons are going to be horrible. But technically, we already went through the horrible, right? So technically, we're now in for the good. Because the horrible is kind of like behind us. At least the big horrible.
I need more time.
And we can only hope that they're learning from their mistakes, which seems to be very hard for Blizzard. Like, the part with learning from your own mistakes seems to be a very hard and novel concept for Blizzard, because they don't do mistakes, it seems, in their own perception. We're gonna hope that they learn from their shit and become better. And whoever makes the decision as Blizzard gets fired and they hire a new person, right? Because whoever is like the lead game designer for this game, definitely replace him through someone else. Someone competent.
I'm not ready.
Okay, let's hope there's a hell tide up soon, because I want to get more living steel, because I wanted to do more Duriel runs with you, community.
I need more time.
I know you all got plenty Duriel mats, but I never want to sneak them from you. Therefore, I only do Duriel runs with the community when I have mats myself. Did you notice how we're doing like vastly higher damage now due to like the anticipation power and everything? The only thing we're currently missing is obviously the perma crit when staggered. And I still have to think about how to get that one back in. But I just need Ravenous, which is the attack speed power. It's just too good to get this bonus attack speed. Blood Wave.
I need more time.
What an amazing, aesthetically pleasing skill.
I need more time.
And she's gonna get staggered again in a second.
I'm not ready.
Stagger her. Stagger is so important also because it's 50% more damage on all my shadow skills for the duration of the stagger due to my Bloodless Scream. That's a little bit sad because the Bloodless Scream works actually great throughout the dungeon, right? Oh, that is there was a 1.1 million. Chat, I just saw it. There was a 1.1 million whatever damage over time thing. Huh. Interesting.
I need more time.
Ow. Did not expect that with this build.
I need more time.
And especially without X-Felds or anything. Oh, nasty. It's not like the interesting part is that I'm also not playing the power that overscaled Shadow Blight. So I'm actually missing one of the better powers, sadly, because I'm playing Flicker Stab. Technically, I could put that power on my gloves if I would get the Flicker Stab writ, and I would play the aspect of the Explosive Mist on the boots, but then I wouldn't get like Blood Wave that often, so you know what I mean. Can we see all the ice uniques to freeze? I'm only playing Bloodless Scream. I tried the boots, but the boots are awful. So there is the Penitent Greaves that do chill, and they also do 10% damage against chilled enemies. But the only thing you need is Bloodless Scream because your darkness skills chill enemies. Everything you do darkness wise just chills enemies. You don't need more. I really love Bone Storm with Litless. All my builds usually run Bone Storm and Litless. All of them. Because I just really love Bone Storm and Litless. They just work hand in hand so absolutely well. But yeah, every now and then I gotta make a build that doesn't run Bone Storm and Litless because not everyone has it, right? For some reason, not everyone has a Litless wall. I don't understand. It is what it is. We wanted to see how much damage we would do against Lilith. Okay, chat? So let's go there. Because I think if I would have a perfect Bloodless Scream, even then Lilith would be stupid. Why? Main problem is that our weapon only works when she's staggered. Frost burn gloves is overkill. Yes. Not only overkill, you don't have the aspect slot. So the biggest problem with Bloodless Scream is it blocks 2 aspects. 2 offensive aspects less. And that's horrible.
ready yet.
Lilith has 40 million life. It doesn't matter how much life she has. You can beat her with every build. It's just the question, how much patience do you have? Because usually the best builds are the ones that kill her before she can do anything. Before she can like use her fancy skills. This build is definitely like more a dungeon pushing build than a Lilith killer build. But no one says that we can't have like a good time. I mean, see, like we're still burning her down. And for a weird shadow build, you wouldn't have expected it to deal that much damage. Where did she go? Oh, green. Yep. Where did she go? She just vanished. You've never seen Lilith beaten in a 4-man team. I mean, if you take a squad of Bloodlands players, I think they would just absolutely obliterate her. Generally, you don't see her beaten in a 4-man team because there's like no reason to beat Lilith. There's literally no reason to beat Lilith. Apart from big dick points. Right? Why would you even try to beat her? Honest question.
I'm not ready.
Literally like no reason to.
I need more time.
Wow, we are actually doing way more damage than I anticipated we would. I mean, seriously, look at what we're doing to poor mommy. Oh wow, what just happened there?
I'm not ready yet.
That was the worst position she could land in. That is a fantastic. I did not expect to deal that much damage to her with this. You get legendaries the first time you beat her. Yeah, 2 legendaries.
I need more time.
I mean, it's just like Lilith should drop some things, but then on the other hand, she shouldn't because she's really a pushover. I mean, once you have the right build to kill her, like you can just teleport onto her and just kill her in a few seconds, right? I mean, it's not like Lilith is actually hard with the right build. I'm still surprised how much damage you would be dealing to her. Look how Timmy and Jimmy are both frozen. Oh, she's going to be now in the flying loop, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we have her in the flying loop. Raid. We all love it. Super not annoying. Super funny to get her staggered this early, though. You notice how much more damage we deal when staggered? Because this here, again, 40%. All my damage I deal as soon as she's staggered is times 40%. The problem is staggering her. Right? That wasn't by far enough damage. That was actually horrible. But it was a very good amount of stagger, right? Oh, holy hell. Never imagined to stagger her this early. Stagger her pre-phase 1, Chan. She didn't actually summon more fire thingies because we staggered her so early. There's another stagger incoming. Oh no, he summoned the thing. I didn't even see it. Yeah, I guess we could do it. That's interesting. I don't want to do it right now. That's not the point. But I guess we could even do it with this build. Huh. Has me positively in shambles, Chan. I did genuinely not expect the build to do it. Wow. Okay, cool. Surprise. I mean, with enough patience, right? With the right tries, with the right potion that you're gonna like, what bonus attack speed potion, whatever, something, like, you can do it. Would you ever dip into another class? I did some sorcerer building in season 1. I generally just don't enjoy the other classes. That's as simple as I can put it. Like, I only play this game because Necro exists, and Necro is fun to me, despite Necro being the weakest class. Ha ha ha. But yeah, I only like the game because of Necro. I don't actually like the game because of anything else. Necro's not weak. Necro has a few glaring design flaws that I hate personally. But yes, Necro is not weak. Just generally has some glaring design flaws I wish they would get fixed, kind of. Like the Golem, for example, being completely nonsensical. I don't know why the Golem exists, and that minions don't work the way they should work, and some other shenanigans, right? Progress skill point available. We know. He exists so we can sacrifice this. So again, the thing is, Chad, that, and I hate to say this, so everything you can get in my Book of the Dead, and this is my main passive skill, okay? This here's my passive skill. And I can sacrifice my passive skill, correct? But have you ever seen the Druid passive skill? Because if I sacrifice the Golem, I get 10% life or 30% bonus crit. The Druid gets all of this and more. All of this and more. While like, if you just face-to-face compare the passive skill to this, the Druid gets 4 times what we're getting. So my problem with the Golem is I should be able to take the Golem and then it's not a skill. The Golem should passively stun people. The Golem should passively soak the life of people. The Golem should passively every 8 seconds taunt people. It should never be a skill. That's the biggest robbery in existence. Like, I have to decide to not play Corpse Explosion, Corpse Tendrils, Blood Mist, Blight. I have to not decide to play one big ass damage or survival skill or getting a random Golem who's useless. Hello? Right?
There are so many ways I can kill you.
That's that, like, I have to sacrifice damage to get something that's useless, or I have to sacrifice survival to get something that's useless. The Golem should be my, like, I should reach level 25 and get a buddy that's always with me, no matter what. Which also would kind of make the Bone Storm make sense, correct? Because right now, the Bone Storm is around me and my Golem. But for that, I have to play the Golem and sacrifice a skill. So the whole second ability of Bone Storm is useless, completely useless for 90% of Necros. No, wait, I'm wrong. 99% of Necros, because there's that 1% weirdos who play the Golem. And even then, the Bone Storm around the Golem does less damage. There's a whole Paragon board and glyphs for Golem too. Interesting point. Shall I tell you something, chat? So there's a whole Paragon board for Golem, right? And the whole Paragon board for Golem gives it 100% increased multiplicative damage. Do you know where this does not apply? Do you know where this 100% bonus damage does not apply? To the ability of the Golem. No, the ability. So your Golem has passive life and passive damage. The passive damage gets higher through the 100% multiplicative. The actual ability, the do a slam for 40,000 damage, do a blood leech for whatsoever, all that kind of stuff, right? That doesn't get higher. And you know what it scales with? My damage. Yes, so if I get 40% bonus damage for using corpses, then it gets higher for me. So, yeah. Huh? That was my random 5-minute Golem rant. The Iron Golem Slime hits hard by itself, yeah, but not hard enough for the end game. For the mid game, yes. For tier 1, yes. For tier 3, yes. From tier 4 on, no. I'll be quickly right back, guys. I need to go upstairs to cry for a second because I'm emotionally damaged. I'll be right back. And then we know what the worst part is, that the Golem, that the Necro main developer doesn't seem completely incompetent. The only problem I have with him is that he's playing Thorns Necro. From all the Necros he could play, he's playing Thorns Necro. I'm not, like, he doesn't seem incompetent, but he doesn't seem to want the Necro to be good. So yeah, imagine that the main developer of your class, guys. So the main developer of your class, and he's playing the worst, unscaled, weirdest Necromancer possible. Like, that gives you kind of like the feeling that do they even know how the other Necro classes work? You know? I mean, if the Def is essentially playing the weirdest thing possible that doesn't need any kind of balancing, and you're just like, but what about minions, sir? Have you tried minions? Do you know how minions work? No? Just let the Lightning Ball Sorks farm it, Chan. Honestly, Lightning Ball Sork is very boring, but, you know, just let him do it for you. You know, you don't have to play yourself anymore. You'll just have lightning ball sorks just do the damage for you. Thank you, lightning ball sorks. We appreciate it. Your sacrifice for the greater good. Boop. I play Necro next season as well. I do only see me playing Necro, if I'm honest with you. I thought about every now and then dipping into other action RPGs and trying out the Necro classes there, because I'm just really a Necro enjoyer. I've played, like, I don't know, like the only classes I ever played in Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction when I was like freaking 14 or whatsoever was also Necro. Back in the days. I mean, I dabbled in Sork, interesting. I played a little bit of Druid, but I always made a Reaper of Souls Necro. The only Diablo I didn't play Necro in is Diablo 3, but that's because Necro didn't exist in the beginning, so I played Monk. Because Monk was kind of cool. So yeah, I like in Diablo 3, I played Monk until Necro finally existed, but that was a while, correct? So yeah. Links to your builds, !season 2 or !builds gets you a link to my Mobalytics profile, or the YouTube nuke has all the builds for you. Oh, I wanted to do a Beast of Ice. I can do a Beast of Ice. I don't know what for, but I can do it. But wasn't Barb any good? It used to be good. I think it's like the one on the weaker end of the Barbarian scale currently. Lightning Sork will be remembered fondly in Season 21 as the last time Sork was OP. Hey, I'm not going to say it, but last season I played Chain Lightning Sork with the Barber hard, and it was absolutely insane. I was just tearing left, right, and center through content. How's the build looking now? Well, we're continuously clearing tier 100 dungeons. We're having good experience overall, and I think I'm quite fine with the level it reached. Also, the build can kill Uber Lilith. So I think we reached the pinnacle of what I wanted to reach with this build. I can reroll vulnerable cooldown. Actually, what do I want to? This ring has everything. Vulnerable cooldown. Oh, cool damage. I can reroll that. Yeah. 2 critical strike chance, physical damage, critical strike chance. Might actually make it good. Not sure what I could get. Oh, 10% damage to shadow damage over time affected enemies. Oh, one of my favorite ones, but I want a high roll, so 20% shadow damage. Let's go. What did I wanted to do here? I wanted to craft a sigil. I was confusion right now. I was like just here. What I wanted to do? Wait, did I not just? I crafted it, but I didn't use it.
Until spring.
Good. Playing here for the first time, Ozzy. I'm happy we can give you a better experience. That's all what I'm there for. Which build has been your favorite in Season 2 so far? Bloodlands, the Lidless Lands Necro. We call it the Lidless Lands because it's using Bloodlands and Lidless Wall. And it's just perfection. This is causing some trouble. I mean, yeah. Most builds are either optimized for running through dungeons extremely fast or killing bosses extremely fast. Most builds, not every build, most builds are optimized for one thing. Then there's a few builds that are good at both, and then there's a couple of builds that you can, like, you know, twiddle and twerk, diddle and dee. Do some little tricks to improve the experience. Don't freeze me. Thank you. Out of my way. Some random like tier 31s dropping. It's like the only annoying part about the Beast of Eyes that you have to like run the gauntlet every single time if you just want to get there. Oh, I forget that I could go left there, really? And now I need to roll all the way back. No, die. All you little stinkers. Is there a way to farm Bloodless Wall as a random drop with very low percent? You have to kill Lord Azir for it. Why is the blood black? Oh, that's very simple because I'm using the Blood Wave is Desecrated Ground now. And I'm pairing that together with Desecrated Ground bonus damage. So that whenever I Blood Wave, I just absolutely obliterate everything because it's damage over time paired with making me stronger when I'm inside of it. Well, generally being stronger because shadow damage. Ah, it's beautiful. It's literal perfection. And the best part is if I dash before casting it, it gets 40% bonus damage. Because of T-Ball's will, Chan. Right? Imagine getting on a triple cast, and that's the best part. A triple cast, just free 40% bonus damage. Because you dashed. Oh. No, you're just gonna get, oh my goodness, that desecrated wave, damage. Look at him just melting away like a freaking popsicle in the summer. I don't know, I wanted to say something smarter, but I did only have popsicle in summer. And he's been getting torched there. Yes, do it. Blood Wave. Look at that. Blom. Oh, that was 600k damage from the Blood Wave itself. Nice. What ring does he drop? I need Mother's Embrace and not Men Down. I have Men Down already, so it's kind of like, yay! But I would need Mother's Embrace. You have 10 Zeers already, no lidless. Ronan, do you have your Battle.net ID? Are you playing right now? Chat, we're going to do one Lord Zeer right now. Anyone that wants to do Lord Zeer, just hit me up. Ronan needs Lidless Wall, so if you need Lidless Wall right now, give me your Battle.net ID. We'll invite you. We do one Zeer. I can take 3 people with me. Yeah, Cryptical. You said, Cryptical, you get a front row seat. Don't worry. You said you also need it. So get in. So get in there. I don't know if Ronan is currently online or working. One of the two. Who knows? We'll see. But Cryptical, give me your Battle.net. Let's get you in. Maximum life, ultimate skill damage. It's kind of nice, ultimate skill damage. I mean, like, this is what I'm missing on my chest, I guess, right now. Shadow damage, but no ultimate skill damage. Ronan, give me your Battle.net. Come on. We'll get you in.
I need more time.
I'm already going to make my way to Lord Zeer with my materials. Cryptical, I'm going to get you there. And Shin, if you want to come with, be my guest. I sent it to you. Just post it here. Post here. Post here. Put it in the chat and then joins the team. I'm an actual bot chat. I forget to put the Bloodlands 4.0 into the video. Ronin. There we go. Oh, that's my YouTube link. Wanted to get Ronin in, not my YouTube link. Okay, Ronin is in. Cryptical, are you in my list? Oh, Cryptical, you don't need to summon. I have to summon materials. You come in here. Didn't I send already? Yeah, friend request sent to Cryptical. We'll get you in.
I need more time.
There we go. Wait until Cryptical gets the friend request. Gemini, I'm sorry. We're full now. I promised Cryptical a while ago that we would get him in. There we go. Because he was saying it earlier that he needed that Zier. Get the materials for 1 Zier, I think. Or does anyone in the team have more materials? I'm not sure. And I'll summon him regardless. Where we'll do one. But if there's one more, then no worries. Can do that. Just waiting. Almost summoned him straight away. Unlucky. Oh, why do we have 22 exquisite blood Akuma? Well, I guess then we can do 2 more if Akuma wants to sponsor the blood. Then we can do 2 more.
I cannot use that.
Poor Zier is just gonna get bullied. I mean, I could myself need a Littlest Wall high roll, but honestly, Littlest Wall is one of these items that no matter what roll you get, it's good.
I'm not ready yet.
Due to the nature of how Littlest Wall works. Oh, I got it. What is it? Oh, it's a high roll. It might actually be a low roll on the life department, so I would have to check that out. It's a high roll on the percentage because you have the 25%, but you also need a life high roll and everything. Can Littlest roll 925? Yes, they can all roll 925, but it's less likely to roll there. Let's reset and do 2 more. And we can get Ronin. Boop. 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 Everyone out. Totally not impatient Hoff in the chat, guys. I feel like the guy inside the dungeon should also be able to press the button and then just get teleported out when they press yes. Hey Kai, greetings from the TikTok live. Oh, oops, straight up went out. Straight up back in. Did Cryptical get it? I don't know. I hope he got it. But we also need Ronin to get it. Don't know if this is better than mine. I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna mark that one as well. Okay, Ryan. Kaya, 75 months. Kaya, so good to see you there. Thank you very much. And great to have you with the Knights of the Round Table. Thanks everyone for being here, chat. I'm happy to see so many people continuously enjoying the stream with Diablo. I will sadly not be there tomorrow. Kai, I'm happy you're enjoying the Bloodthirst Necro build. It's a good choice. One of my favorite ones. We made it even better recently. Like during the tube. Like sadly there's no stream tomorrow, and on Sunday the stream is a bit different because we're gonna get my new PC delivered. So the next time we're actually playing Diablo is gonna be on Monday, which is perfect because that's the final day of the Twitch drops, so I can get you Twitch drops there finally. And then we're sadly out of Twitch drops in the Diablo category, so I'm gonna die on Twitch again. Cartong, thank you for the 70. Hayes, thank you for the 75. So good to see you two there. Appreciate it. Because we all know what's going to happen to the Twitch category, right? Mobbits, thank you for the 32 months as well, Mobbits. Dankeschön, my friend. Happy to have you with us. Happy to have you in the stream. Is this a perfect roll? Still not a perfect roll. Jeez, I'm trying for such a long time now. D4 is my girlfriend's first game, and she's actually able to play the game with ease. I think D4 is a very good game for partners to play together, especially because the grind is so easy. So even if you play more than your partner, I think like you can always play together still, right? Because of how the scaling works. And I think that's cool. Right? There's no reason to technically hold back. Like even if you're level 100 and your partner's level like 70, you can still play together. Yeah, I mean, and the game is casual enough to be fun. It's not too complicated, so everyone can understand things. And if you're still new to gaming and if you don't understand some things, well, the easy solution would obviously be to just look up a guide, right? And then you essentially have, even as a completely brand new gamer that has never played a Diablo game, you get like some easy portions of information to digest that will lead. Oh wow, two. I'm in Greece of the Empty Tomb, useless, and oh, I'm a razor blade. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, one of the few uniques that I have not gotten yet. The razor blade. Thorn's build incoming? No. The problem about Thorn's Necro is so let me emphasize why Thorn's Necro is so stupid to build. I mean the only Thorn's Necro I would build is one without minions, by the way, if I would ever build one. Just saying. But yeah, so thank you very much, team. That was appreciated. Ronin, Sanguine, Nakuma. I'm sorry if you didn't get your lit list. So the problem with Thorns, and I like to emphasize on this because like if you want to build Thorns plus minions, right? Then if you're looking for the perfect item, right? Let's say the perfect ring needs to have like what? It needs to have like skeletal mages inherits the minions inherit thorns, maximum life, maximum minion life, and then preferable whatever stat critical strike, because thorns can critical strike, right? It's already hard enough to get a maximum minion life and maximum life ring, but having that with minions inherit thorns on top, that like it's impossible. That being said, due to the vampiric power of thorns, which one was it? Jacked spikes. Thorns have a 10% chance to deal 300% increased damage and chill enemies. If I'm not mistaken, thorns can critical strike, right? So the basic idea would be with the jacked spikes that you would be playing the razor blade, right? You play the razor blade, and that damage from the thorns scaled also with your shadow like key passive damage stacking, I think. So if I do 138% more damage, I think my thorns also do 138% more damage. And if I have my corpse thingies going on, I think they also get multiplied by 40%. So you would be going for a base damage of thorns of like 20,000 damage, and then you would just multiply that up. But as always, you need to get hit for this. right? And what I hate about this armor piece is that that's it, right? So my current armor piece has max life, total armor percentage, damage reduction, and shadow damage. This one has thorns. What's your name on Twitch? OP Necromancer. Just like you write it. Actually have to change my TikTok name again. For people to easier find me. Because it's a bit complicated. At times. Damn. Social distancing armor? Yes, it's definitely social distancing armor. Oh, there is another hell type popped up. Okay, chat, we could, okay, like I was actually thinking about like saying today, it's good for today, I'm fine, we're done. But you know what? There's a hell tide that just cropped up, so say thank you to Daddy Blizzard for cropping up a hell tide. Because Daddy needs some few pieces of equipment still. I do need some living steel, so what we're gonna do right now is, ooh, maximum life, poison resistance, fire resistance, ooh, maximum life, the rest of shit as well. Why do you hate me so much? Maximum life, total armor. It's a total armor low roll, so suck you. That's like I played all day today, by the way, guys, and we get one single update so far. I guess we'll get this. By the way, Murin, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Mobbits, thank you for the 32 months as well. Thank you for 23 subs and resubs, chat. Sorry if I missed a single one between all the chaos that was going on here and us trying to kill some bosses and looking at 3 different chats here. Greetings, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, like YouTube, everything together. We're kind of streaming to all the platforms, and I think I'm getting my attention split good. You know, I'm not ignoring someone. But sometimes I might miss a question. I'm trying my best though, you know? General thing to multi-streaming, is it worth it? No, you shouldn't always multi-stream, Chad. Especially if you don't have a plan what you're doing, you shouldn't multi-stream. Like randomly throwing your stream on YouTube is useless. I mean, right now, all of my YouTube viewers that came by have a thumbnail that kind of tells them the plan of the stream, and that was today playing Shadow Necro. So everyone that comes in knows at least roughly what's going on, you know? And a lot of people, they just randomly throw on their YouTube streams without a plan or anything, without ever having created a piece of long-form content. So people literally don't know what to expect and don't actually click your streams. But I think as Diablo dies down, you know, in the middle of November, Chad, because we all know Diablo's going to die down in the middle of November, I think we're going to be looking at some Elden Ring again, some Lies of P, so quite some interesting things coming. I'm actually really sad that I couldn't put my Lies of P playthrough on YouTube, so I might actually have to do some Lies of P playthroughs again. Playing your latest build for the last week after finding a Littlest Wall. Yes, Peter. And now, Peter, after playing that build, try out the Littlest Lands build. Okay, if you want to. That is my favorite. That's my favorite build right now. So we're not playing this because we're playing the Shadow Cold Necro. Anywhere room in the Bone Storm build? Yes, in the Tempest Storm, you can play X-Felds. Yes, you know. I will actually have to make an update, like what to kind of cut for X-Felds, but you can definitely put it in. What about Bone Spear build? Bone Spear is the most boring build. You don't need a guide for that. You literally just max your crit damage, and then you get Bone Spear, and then you right click and kill everything. That's it. Done. I mean, like for Bone Spear, you don't need a guide. I mean, it's like literally the most straightforward build in existence. Press right click, kill everything, done. No secrets, no cool intricacies. Have you tried pressing right mouse button? Yeah, good. Well, welcome to Bone Spear.
I'm not ready yet.
See, there's like 900k like freaking damage over time. It's nasty what we deal. Oh, wow. That barbarian just ate his ass. So yeah, not a bone spear enjoyer. I'm sorry. My apologies. Oh, perfect timing, ladies and gentlemen. Coming as the druid is struggling here. No problem, my druid friend. I got you. How about you just give me all those cinders to get ready? You can play Bone Spear with Bone Spirit, yes, but it's essentially making the build worse. It's you objectively making the build worse, just you know, for reasons. I mean, there's a Bone Spirit build. We actually made a Bone Spirit build, chat, and I think we're gonna play that in the coming days again. So the Bone Spirit build is super fun. It's actually one of my more favorite builds because you just run around and then you drop like a few million Bone Spirit damage. It's quite cool. It's also a litless wall build, actually. So the Bone Spirit build is like a zooming build with litless wall. And then you go like Infinity Mist and then you Bone Spirit in between. Super fun. Now that I found out how good Shadow Blood Wave is, I might actually be able to make the Bone Spirit build even better. It was already good because of T-Bolt's Whale, chat. Because imagine you play a build that can dash and suddenly get like huge amounts of plus damage. Which I could understand build crafting like you, but I mean it just takes time and time. That's it. And everything I knew about it, I learned now since the game exists, right? But it just takes time. You just sit down and you try out things. And that's why I do it, because you don't have the time. You were able to kill Lilith with Bone Spear. Yeah, that's because it's Bone Spear, my friend. Bone Spear is the most simple build. That's what I'm trying to say. So Bone Spear was created to be the simpleton build. Okay? Bone Spear was created to just right click. You don't have to use Blood Wave. You just activate your Bone Storm. You get 20% crit damage bonus, and then you hold your right mouse button until you're out of essence. Then you're pressing some buttons to get essence back, and then rinse and repeat. It's literally meant to be the easiest gameplay loop in existence, where you don't need to look for anything. And that's not meant in a derogatory way. Every class needs that kind of build. But that's essentially what Bone Spear is. You don't have to look for any fancy damage stacks. You don't have to, you know, like try to get your Shadow Blight key passive as much stacking as possible. That's just it. You had to dash to get bonus damage. I'm sorry. But you see what I'm talking about. And that's just what Bone Spear is and will always be. That's how the game designers designed Bone Spear. It's the strongest build for Necro for what? Just finding synergies with stuff. Exactly, Peter. It's finding synergies with stuff and having the time to experiment with it, right? I mean, I like making guides because it gives normal people with normal jobs that just don't have the time to sit for like 10 hours to experiment with stuff. You know, the ability to enjoy Diablo to the max. So that's my goal. You want your own build? So you want to make your own build so bad? So the way how you make your own builds is actually a quite simple process. You have to find out what skill you want to use. So, for example, you're saying you wanna use Bloodlands, and then you work your way from there. You know, Bloodlands is physical damage because it says on the skill. And you know that Bloodlands works with Blood Orbs because it says on the skill. And then you just gotta find everything else that interacts with that kind of stuff and jam it in a box together. And it's literally like a simple step-by-step process to then see, okay, if I'm working with Blood Orbs, then there's a Paragon Glyph that gives me Fortify when I do Blood Orbs, and Overpower damage works with Fortify. So that's potentially something that fits together. What's the strongest build for Nightmare Dungeons? So the best build to clear Nightmare Dungeons is probably Tempest Necro, like Infinimus / Tempest Necro, because they just have such an easy play that even like my 4-year-old could probably beat a dungeon with that. Because you literally just curse the enemies, go into Blood Mist, and then curse the enemies and go into Blood Mist, and then you curse the enemies, and then you go into Blood Mist and rinse and repeat.
I need more time.
I mean, then again, like making a build is not the hardest thing in the world, but then like optimizing the Paragon board, right? Knowing, do you have to go for in? Do you have to go for willpower? Do you have to go for dex? Like finding which nodes are worth it, which glyph works best in what board, and all that kind of stuff. That's then literally like a very big trial and error for figuring out builds, right? Usually I go through like 3 to 4 iterations of a Paragon board until I have the perfect Paragon board. And even then, when I'm done after these 3-4 iterations, there's always something to do better. What's the best way to get the littlest wall? Killing Lord Zir. And for killing Lord Zir, you have to do Legion events and world bosses. So the best way is to do Legion events and world bosses, right? Thoughts on Black River? I don't see it necessary nor needed in any way. It's just that the shadow builds are already very good in the damage department, and Black River doesn't really do anything for the shadow builds that they are really... Yeah, I just don't see why Black River ever. Are you using any of the new necroglyphs? We're using the Desecrated Ground necroglyph because we are using Bloodwave. Bloodwave makes Desecrated Ground, okay? And since we're using a triple Bloodwave, the triple Bloodwave goes out and lasts for 4 seconds. But since it's taking a while to cast, I'm actually standing like 8 seconds long in the Bloodwave. And standing 8 seconds in the Bloodwave gives me also a 15% multiplier to all my shadow damage. While I'm just chilling in the Bloodwave. So good. So I'm merely existing and I'm just getting super damage. Very hype, very happy. Oh, I'm gonna totally kill you so hard. It's gonna be funny. 1, 2, 3. So that's kind of how we're clobbering our damage together.
I need more time.
Oh, let's go from here. Bloodwave. I feel like Bloodwave should be limitless. So that is the one rune we're using. We're not using the corpse skill rune or the corpse skill glyph right now because it just didn't seem to make the greatest sense to use it. Oh, there you are. I was looking for him to like turn into 3 boys and then to just kill them all. You notice how much damage the thing actually deals? It just kills everything. Are we out of the Helltide? Oh shit, we're out of the Helltide. I'm just doing things outside of the Helltide the whole time. Mabon.
I need more time.
Oops. I was explaining so much that I accidentally stepped outside. Does stored souls scale with Bone Spirit? No. Stored souls are accursed souls and they do not scale with Bone Spirit. Sadly, it would be funny if they would, but it would also be a little bit OP. Why are you playing a dead game that they abandoned? Because they just released a brand new season that is absolutely amazing and that does not seem like they abandoned this game. Why are you tuning into a dead game that they abandoned?
I need more time.
Is rather the question.
I need more time.
But hey, I'm not here to discuss your shortcomings, sir. What do you play? A game you have fun with? I don't know. I don't know why I'm playing a game that I'm having fun with. When I could also be playing Call of Duty and get clapped my cheeks by controller players and then like feed Activision even more money because, you know, for a game that's like half baked, not really done, full of cheaters anyways, shenanigans. And then call that a good game and alive, you know? Could also do that and not have fun.
I'm not ready.
Hey, heard about the new campaign in the Modern Warfare 3, guys? Yeah, it's 3 hours long. Imagine, imagine paying all that money for a 3-hour long campaign.
I need more time.
Use Lidless Wall, not in this build. I generally do use Lidless Wall on 90% of my builds currently because Lidless Wall is just the absolute Season 2 S tier unique. I do also have to make a unique tier list, that's for sure. Yeah, we're probably gonna make a unique tier list soon. Why Blight, not Sever? Because Blight is a billion times better because Blight is damage over time. Why Sever is not damage over time? Sever is good with crit, but Sever is also bad in general because Sever has nothing to really scale with nicely. I recently tried the Sever build again. The problem is the Sever build just doesn't work this season. We tried Sever Summoner, and again, Sever Summoner also doesn't work as much as I wanted to work because I'm an avid defender of that build. So yeah. We tried 200 Weapon Infinity Miss. I mean, look at me. I'm a Bloodless Scream player. What do you think I'm doing here right now, sir? Okay, where's helltides.com? What do you think I'm doing here? Looking good? Yeah, that's too.
I need more time.
Campaign is just small canyon that comes with the MP. Well, still, every campaign has been 8 hours so far. Unless you're buying that one new game that's meant to be a DLC and only has a 3-hour campaign.
I need more time.
Sever feels lackluster. Sever's horrible, sadly. I do like Sever. So again, Sever is fun. But Blight has two components. Blight has the main component plus the damage over time component. And the main component of Blight can actually critical strike, which is really interesting. So when you're shooting and Blight is hitting, that can critical strike. Plus then Blight does a bunch of follow-up damage. And on top of that, Blight hires all your damage by 15%. So this is something for some reason vastly overlooked by a lot of people at any time. But if you're playing Blight with Supernatural Blight, you and your minions deal 15% multiplicative increased damage to enemies within Blight. Hello? Pretty good, I would reckon. Blood Moon Breaches is from Ubodurio. Damage difference between two-hand and one-hand and focus, not much. Not much. The biggest problem is that you're losing an aspect. So the damage is not that much higher, but you're losing an aspect, and that's what hurts the most. I mean, right now I can't play the 225% Shadow Blight increased damage for using a Tuna weapon. We have a build guide for Necro leveling build. Yes, couple. We have a Blood Surge Summoner build leveling guide. Yeah. You really want the necklace from Duriel? I have 4. Sorry. I was really happy when I got it. The Banished Lord's Talisman is insane, yes. Good. Chad. Let that also be the end, though. That was the stream for today. Thank you for coming and watching. Really appreciate it. Good to have you all there. There's no stream tomorrow. It's my one single day off, but there will be a YouTube video, so have eyes out for that. I will be back on Sunday, but it's going to be a PC stream. So I'm going to have 4 Dutch dudes come in me and bring me a PC, 2 PCs actually, and we're going to build that PC live up here. We're going to show you the whole office and everything and how it looks, and it's going to be beautiful. That being said, I wish you a great rest of your Friday and Saturday. Hope to see you on Sunday, and on Monday, there's more Diablo stream for sure. Okay. So good to see you there. Also, Kuden, you have no clue what you're talking about. And I still wish you a great weekend, even though you're stupid. So yeah. Sorry, sir. But good life. Mark, thank you for the super chat too. Have a great good night, everyone.